Part 1. The Wake-Up Call. John had always been an average employee. He never went above and beyond in his work, but he always did what was expected of him. However, over time, John started to become complacent. He had no motivation to excel or take on new challenges in his job. He would come in at the last minute, do minimal work, and leave as soon as he could. His boss, Ms. Jackson, noticed his lack of enthusiasm and called him into her office one day. She informed him that his performance had been slipping, and she needed him to step up his game. John listened attentively, but he didn't feel motivated to change his ways. He left her office feeling more frustrated than ever. As time went on, John's work continued to suffer. His colleagues were outperforming him, and he was missing deadlines. One day, he received a notice that he was being put on probation for poor performance. It was then that John realized he needed to make a change if he wanted to keep his job. Lesson: don't wait for wake-up calls. Take charge of your life and career by setting goals and working towards them consistently. Quote: success is not final, failure is not fatal, it is the courage to continue that counts. Winston Churchill. Part 2. The Turnaround. After receiving the probation notice, John realized that he needed to make some drastic changes if he wanted to keep his job. He started by creating a daily to-do list and sticking to it. He also made a conscious effort to arrive at work early and leave late, ensuring that he was giving his work the time and attention it deserved. To help him stay motivated, John enrolled in a career development course. The course helped him to identify his weaknesses and develop strategies for improvement. He also began seeking out new challenges within his job and taking on additional responsibilities. As John's performance began to improve, he noticed a change in his attitude towards work. He was no longer just going through the motions, he had a renewed sense of purpose and drive. His colleagues began to take notice of his improvements, and he received positive feedback from his boss. John's newfound motivation paid off in the end. After several months of consistently excellent work, he was offered a promotion. He now looks back on his time as an unmotivated employee with regret, but also recognizes that it was a necessary wake-up call. Lesson: motivation is something that needs to be cultivated continuously. It's up to you to take charge of your career and seek out opportunities for growth and development. Quote: success is not the key to happiness. Happiness is the key to success. If you love what you are doing, you will be successful. Albert Schweitzer. Part 3. The Takeaway. John's experience as an unmotivated employee taught him a valuable lesson. He realized that being complacent and not putting in effort only leads to regret and missed opportunities. He also learned that motivation is something that needs to be actively worked on and developed over time. John now makes it a point to set goals for himself regularly, both within his job and personal life. He also seeks out new challenges and opportunities for growth whenever possible. He understands that success isn't just about achieving one big goal but rather a series of small victories along the way. His turnaround has also inspired others in the workplace. Many of his colleagues have started taking their work more seriously and seeking out opportunities for growth themselves. John couldn't be happier with the impact he's had both on his own life and those around him. Lesson: don't let complacency and lack of motivation hold you back. Make a conscious effort to set goals, seek out opportunities for growth, and put in the effort required to achieve success. Quote: the only way to do great work is to love what you do. Steve Jobs. Conclusion: John's story serves as a reminder that complacency and lack of motivation can hold us back from achieving our full potential. By setting goals, seeking out opportunities for growth and development, and putting in the effort required to achieve success, we can overcome any challenge and achieve great things. So remember, don't wait for wake-up calls like John did. Take charge of your life and career by staying motivated and working towards your goals consistently. With the right mindset and attitude, You can accomplish anything you set your mind to.